Now on Bounce, does everyone really need to have a will? Does it matter how old you are or how much you own? We're getting those answers right now from this guy, an investment advisor. I want to welcome back Rhondale Haywood. He's the VP at PNC Wealth Management. Nice to see you.
It's good to be seen.
Absolutely. So Prince didn't have a will. A lot of folks shocked by that. What's the first thing that went through your mind when you heard that?
I was surprised, to tell you the truth, but at the same time, I'm not. I mean, I've read as close as 2/3 of Americans don't have a will over the age of 45. So if you think about celebrities, the rules apply to them just like they apply to us.
Why does everyone need to have a will?
Well, I think the bigger question is, what's the appropriate estate plan for your level of net worth? If you have $300 million like Prince did, or 2 kids and a couch, you need some kind of estate documents in place. For kids, you want to think about guardianships, healthcare power of attorney that helps your family make those difficult decisions. And then everybody's got some kind of possessions. How do you want to pass those down? I think a will outlines that without the controversy that could be left, like we're seeing now, played out publicly.
Prince, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If a person has no will in the Carolinas and they own a great deal of property and investment, what happens in their, in the event of their death?
Right. So the fancy word that the lawyers use is intestate. So North Carolina has its own, and it's pages and pages of intestate law. So, for example, if you have 2 kids, or if you're divorced, or if you're currently married or not married, how old your children are, there is a laundry list of rules to follow. But basically, the state decides on how to distribute your property. And it's written in law.
That's not what you want.
That's not what you want. And exactly. And you haven't said what you want. And so the state says, I'll take over for you, and they raise their hand.
How do you find out if a loved one has a will?
It's one of those tough questions you just need to ask at Thanksgiving dinner. So do you like the macaroni and cheese? Yes. Do you have a will? You just got to follow it up.
Just slip it on in there.
You got to slip it on right in there.
Can you do a will? Do you need an attorney?
You can do a will. I would say if you have a more complicated estate, you probably want to get some help. It's tough to have a conversation with yourself about all the laws that apply. And for a couple $100, if you don't have a very complicated estate, a lot of times you can get a will done.
Okay. And I know that, like you said, it's not a fun conversation, but the last thing you want is, God forbid, some awful accident, something unforeseen to happen, and then your family, your loved ones just kind of left floundering.
Exactly. Yeah, and that we've seen time after time in my situation, unfortunately, servicing high net worth clients, is you deal with the pain of losing a loved one, and then it's the complexity of trying to sort out all the financial affairs. Inevitably, Uncle Joe had 15 checking accounts, and he's got this insurance, and we've got to call to collect that kind of thing. It is a mess. You want to have it as organized and cleaned up as possible.
You can go to WBTV.com right now to find out how to network with Rhondale. The Web Extras section is your friend, folks. Rhondale Haywood with PNC Wealth Management. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, folks, for watching at home. We'll see you tomorrow.